It's finals time, everybody. We got Dio versus New, Annabelle versus Aaron. Let's get it on. We are also having the 7 and the 8 seed play each other right here, which is really, really interesting because Aaron was the 7 seed and Annabelle was the 8 seed, who, for anybody who does not know, Annabelle snuck in on tiebreakers. Annabelle got the bye in the last round and ended up being 8th. What a wild conclusion to our tournament it has been. It's been an amazing games so far all day. I hope this is going to be a banger. All right then. Aaron just absolutely starting off with an optical monocle looking absolutely insane. You love to see it. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. The optical monocle to start the game off here. He talked earlier about how impactful this card was, and having it as a 1-of on turn 0 was absolutely insane and could really go a long way. Although Annabelle looking to hit with the scale peeler and then looking to hit with the erase face. Erase face doing a lot of damage, really trying to put Aaron in an awkward situation where maybe not a whole lot can be done here. We'll see how Aaron decides he wants to block the erase face here and seeing what we can best make happen. Aaron really taking a moment here. This is the finals of the tournament, so it is a make or break kind of situation. A lot of tanking going on, a lot of decision making. Aaron really trying to map out his turn, seeing what he can put together to really try and stop this onslaught from Annabelle that is erase face right now. Blocking with a red throttle and a red harpoon here. Aaron plays a red T-bone from Arsenal. Also worth noting, Aaron is playing, close to 68 or 70 cards here to try and make sure that he does not get fatigued. Looking to make this game really interesting. I'm also curious to see how quick dodge flexors plays out and what that's going to look like. Blocking with a rousing wave here. Probably just going to take a couple of points here unless Aaron just has that boom grenade off the top of the deck here to be able to get some of that magic going that we've seen so much from him today. A lot of hesitation here. I'm not sure if there's a defense reaction incoming or maybe if I'm lagging a little bit behind or really what's going on here, but it looks like there's a little bit of a delay. We're kind of at a pause. We're thinking a little bit here. Okay. 2 finally comes over. Annabelle takes 2. Aaron plays the backup protocol red off the top of the deck, cranks, and then we go Spark of Genius to find Cerebellum Processor and crank it. Now with 2 action points, Aaron could get an extra card here if he wanted to. We're going to activate the monocle here to make sure that Aaron's drawing into a card that he wants to, so we're getting a lot of pressure going here on this turn cycle. Cerebellum Processor, it only took 1 opt, and he found exactly what you wanted. So as we're working through this here, it looks like Aaron is pressuring with a heist here after drawing a card, really trying to make it all happen so that we can see everything, that we can just try to get as much going here. There is a Teklo core in our banish zone for Aaron here, so it could be enough to really get this whole thing going and to really make it happen. Goliath Gauntlet here after this. Is this going to be another heist, or are we going to be looking at something perhaps maybe just a little bit better here? Cracking the Goliath Gauntlet, really trying to make this happen. A heist for 7. A lot of really, really good, like a big, powerful turn here from Aaron, making a lot of this happen. Annabelle thinking about how she wants to deal with this 7 right here to kind of make this all happen and seeing what we can put together here. Coming in for 7, Annabelle does decide to block with a card, mask, and then are we going to get quick dodge flexors here? Okay, very surprised. A lot of equipment used early there by Annabelle on a turn that was not even threatening a boom grenade on hit there. We were really just threatening to get the Teklo core back, which could be very, very powerful, especially like a really solid play here later in the game. The crazy part is that it's only turn 2 and that Aaron is not going to have, or I'm sorry, that Annabelle's not going to have access to her headpiece, Mask of Recurring Nightmares, or the quick dodge flexors here at all. Little bit of a think here. Perhaps hitting a little bit of a tank here. I think we're resolving optical monocle ability here is kind of what it looks like is happening. Aaron just kind of thinking through all of his lines here. This is a very good matchup for... Oh, we're thinking a little bit here. Not entirely sure what's happening. Okay, so it looks like there was a little bit of an undo there. Aaron's going to crash the boards there with that symbiosis shot. Now Annabelle's at 36 and basically out of equipment that she can block with, really giving Aaron, free range here if he wants to be able to, push through a boom grenade hit off the top of the deck, making it very, very easy to kind of see what's going on here and just getting over the top. We do see a boom grenade off the top of the deck, followed by a Cerebellum processor draw. So we're seeing Aaron have a very good start here. This has to be frightening if you're Annabelle sitting in this position. This is going to be 4 go again from the 0 to 60. We do say no blocks, and we get a sink below from hand. Annabelle does put a card from her hand on the bottom of the deck. Throttle for 6 to follow it up with here. So Aaron doing a really good job of pressuring Annabelle and making sure that these boom grenades are going to try and connect, because we're going to try and put them on the back foot as much as possible. Annabelle just giving a shelter from the storm, though. This would be 5 damage if this connects, and it does. So boom grenade comes across the top here to really make this happen, followed by a heist. Aaron really looking to get a lot of value out of these heists here, and being able to get these items back from the Banish Zone being really powerful. So it looks like Aaron is going to get a Teklo core. There will not be a crank here, but with that action point, we get to shoot the symbiosis shot here to really make this happen. And Annabelle's down to 28 already on turn 4. Bonds of Agony could have the reaction. This could be it. It would be Tunic Arousing Wave into just a Nick from Arsenal here. Would be able to make this whole turn happen here, which would be really, really good. So this is something that Aaron does need to be a little bit careful with, because it could very easily be the end right here. Or I say the end. It could very well be very bad for Aaron, ripping possibly 3 boom grenades out of his deck, or ripping 3, anything like throttle, zipper hits, a lot of very valuable cards here. Annabelle does go Arousing Wave into Fang Strike and the Just a Nick. Have to assume that Annabelle has a very powerful hand if she's willing to take that much damage and just crack back with 1 card. The more impressive part here is that off of a 2-card hand, Annabelle able to strip 3 boom grenades out of the deck. Getting the boom grenades out of the deck, absolutely backbreaking, insane. Really, really good play. Annabelle trying to get back into this game right now. Aaron starting with a Teklo core for a couple of resources here. And now we have a 3-card hand really looking to make this work. And let's not forget the optical monocle is on 2 counters here to start this turn. So Aaron can try to find some really good things here to make his turn work and kind of line it all up here. 0 to 60 for 4. We're boosting away a maximum velocity. Annabelle blocks this damage, blocks some of the damage, takes 1, falls to 27. Teklo Foundry Heart here puts Aaron up to 3 resources, and we get a Sprocket Rocket for 3 go again. Not really getting that value that we want out of the Sprocket Rocket for that +1 effect here. Uses that last counter on the optical monocle, puts a card on the bottom of the deck, and we're going to see what we can find here for Aaron. He does activate the Cerebellum processor, plays a null time zone off the top of the deck, and does crank it, and we'll see what's named here. Aaron trying to decide what he wants to name right here. Sink Below. Sink Below cannot be played from hand because of the null time zone for at least the next 2 turns, sets up a Teklo-Core and Arsenals. The play of Persuasive Prognosis is looking really, really good right here. This could be a very, very effective turn for Annabelle to try and swing the game back in her direction, especially if she has another Justin Nick in hand. Would be insanely powerful here and really put Aaron in a tricky spot. Annabelle does not have it. Aaron calls the bluff and blocks with Tekla Foundry Heart, which I think is a very, very good play. 2 Teklo Core counters pop off here, and we go up to 4 resources for Aaron. Boom Grenade off the top of the deck and crank. Fast and Furious for 4 going in. Really looking to utilize the value here of the Boom Grenade with that null time zone in play. Heist coming in 4-5 right here, looking to be absolutely insane. Stripping immediately 2 cards from Annabelle's hand here. Now, the Symbiosis Shot does have 6 counters on it, so there's a world where Aaron really wants to make sure that he's getting the value here out of the Symbiosis Shot instead of just missing out on those points there. Heist 4-5, really looking to be able to get the Boom Grenade damage and potentially getting back an item. I think there was a Boom Grenade there that Aaron was able to get back from the Banish Zone because of the Bonds of Agony. So Aaron is actually able to use the Bonds of Agony to his advantage with the heist and get a lot of value there. Very, very impressive play from Aaron to kind of keep him in a very powerful position. Right now, we have Null Time Zone, Teklo Core, and Boom Grenade in play. Aaron's going to shoot the gun, still have an action point remaining, shoot the Symbiosis Shot one more time. So now Annabelle falls down to 15, and she's going to throw an Art of Desire Mind. Not the best looking hand in the world from Annabelle here, unless this is followed up with an attack reaction, which it is not. So now, going into Aaron's turn, he has a 5-card hand with a Boom Grenade in play. A Processor off the top of the deck is absolutely insane. This is game-changing. 0 to 60 for 3 go again with a resource floating. Processor on the board to be able to draw a card whenever Aaron would like to this turn because of the extra cranked action point here. Just a Nick being blocked with, that is now 2 out of the way, if not the third one, but I think it's just 2. Aaron still has 5 cards in hand. He plays a Cerebellum Processor from hand and cranks, draws another card, activates Achilles Accelerator, Spark of Genius for a Boom Grenade, Spark of Genius for another item. Oh my gosh, Aaron is going crazy this turn. This might be the turn that decides this game, folks. Null Time Zone, absolutely crazy here. Another really impressive item. Sink Below is the chosen card. Aaron has 5 cards in hand and 2 Boom Grenades in play. Annabelle is going to have to do everything she can this turn just to stay alive because those Boom Grenades are 7 extra life, which means if any attack hits, Annabelle is at minimum 8 points just from the Boom Grenades here. Okay, Annabelle blocks with a card from hand and Tunic to be able to cover up the Fast and the Furious. Activate Teklo Foundry Heart here. Activates Heart and then throws Expedite. There's 2 floating. Blue Expedite looking to put Annabelle down to 7 here because of the Boom Grenades. The blue 0 to 60 to 5. Maximum velocity for 10. This is the moment that Aaron won Talishar Tourney number 6. Null Time Zone, absolutely insane name right there off the top. Let's get an interview with our players and see what they have to say about the game. What?
It's going to be on everyone's radar now.
What an ending to that game. The null time zone actually just shutting the turn down there with the Sink Below was absolutely insane. You drew like 3 or 4
Good
cards in
card.
one turn. You were just like Dashio was just doing Dashio nonsense there, and I think you still had like 15 cards left in deck.
That was ridiculous.
That was crazy. Annabelle, from your side of the table, I mean, let's talk to that. How did that feel? Because that was it was crazy to watch. How did that feel from your side of the table?
I made one misplay.
Okay.
Stop the. I knew they added the heist back with the thing, so I should have not blocked earlier, pitched it, and then had the prevention and the thing to stop the heist on hit. But
gotcha.
honestly,
Okay.
that last turn, I don't think I could have done anything. It was kind of silly.
That last turn was kind of
Especially with
crazy.
it ending on maximum, and and it's all game he was going, "Oh, my ops are so terrible."
No, okay. No. Listen. So the first 3 ops was red boom, yellow boom. And that's when I was like, wait, the yellow boom's okay, it can pitch. And then later when I opted 1 was max V into max V. So what is going on here?
Okay. That is some interesting ops. I will say that. But guys, it was an incredible game to watch. Congratulations on making it to the finals. And Aaron, congratulations on winning. Aaron is now 1 of 1 Talishar tournament and 1 championship already under the belt. So he's got a good start going in the Discord. You guys are gonna have to watch out for that. So Aaron, I gotta ask, between the 2 prizes, you got the Cinder mat and 2 copies of Scarf for a Scarf, or you've got the Blanche mat and 2 copies of Scarf for Scarf. Which one are we taking, man?
Let's go with Syndra, sure.
Take the Cinder mat. All right,
Appreciate
I like it.
you, man.
I will shoot you a message and I'll get the shipping details from you and everything like that. And Annabelle, that means that you are the winner of the Blanche play mat and 2 copies of Scarf for a Scarf. And I will get with
that Blanche mat. I tried not to take it last time. This time.
The irony, huh? The irony. Oh man, that's hilarious. Well, guys, again, congrats on making it to the finals, and Aaron, congrats on winning, man. Super glad you guys were here today, and I had a great time, and I really appreciate you guys for all the fun games today.